And the first thing that's preferable to do, you don't have to, but it'll make it easier later on, is to rotate your character around so that he's facing, like mine is here, so the side he's facing over to the left here. So basically he's looking along the Z-axis, his side is out on the X-axis, okay, and it'll just make it a lot easier later on. So make sure you do rotate your character around. And the next thing, which is going to be cool, we're going to just make some layers to start with. So we'll make a brand new layer, call it body just for now, and we'll put our character on there. Okay, so just going to turn that into a template for a while, and we're going to be working in this side view here. I'll get rid of that for a second. Head over into the animation section, and also head over to the animation tab here. Animation section brings up all of our tools that we're going to be using. So first thing we do is we want to create a joint, which is under skeleton joint tool. Just reset those options there. Okay. Shortcut buttons, this one here, so I'll be using that. And you just want to start down near the pelvis, and just click once. What we're doing, we're not making bones, we're actually making joints. And we'll just make a few for the spine, like so. One up there, which I'm going to call the collar, neck, and then head. So just roughly in the body like that. Okay, that'll be fine. And the next thing we're going to do is make the leg bones. So I'm going to start out here. Not going to click on the top of that joint there, because if I do, it'll actually join it to it. At the moment I don't want that, so I'm just going to click a little bit beside it. So start up there. So that'll be my hip joint, the knee joint. Notice I'm clicking in that area in there that we defined for the knee. Going to click down here for the ankle, then one for the ball of the foot, and then one for the toe. About there. We'll do fine. Okay, so we do all this in the side view, trying not to jump in and out of views too much. I'm just going to grab the move tool, and I'm just going to move that over so it's in line. Okay, you don't want to be bending these really too much at all. If anything, just leave them like that. When you do make that leg bone though, the legs, make sure there is a slight bend. You don't want it perfectly straight, but you want just a slight little bend like so. That way when we set up what's called inverse kinematics, it'll help bend the knee quite easily, so the computer knows where it's going. So you're sort of giving the computer a bit of a hint of what you want it to do. We're going to open up a window called the hypergraph, which is this one here, perspective and hypergraph. And hypergraph allows you to sort of see everything in the scene. It's kind of like an outliner type thing. And I'm just going to click on that joint there. I'm going to call that, oops, right click, rename, left hip. It's okay to abbreviate things. Don't just go L_hip or anything like that. Make sure it's LFT, or you actually type in left, because later on you'll have upper and lower where you can use L. So make sure you do give it some sort of name. You can get away without naming things, but you are going to run into some big problems if you don't. So make sure you name things and keep them consistent. That's going to be my knee joint, as you can see there. So we're not naming bones, we're naming joints. Okay. Maya, unlike some programs that work on bones, Maya actually works on joints. And we'll call that left ankle. And that'll be left ball for the ball of the foot, and then the last one will be left toe. Okay, so that's that set up, or the leg set up anyway. We'll just go through now and click on that one there, and I'll just call that one pelvis. What have I got? I'll just go ahead and call this one spine _1, spine _2. That one there I think I will call spine 3. And that one can be the collarbone. I don't know if that's the correct spelling for collar for that type of thing, but it'll do just fine. And then that can be my neck bone, and then, or the neck joint I should say, and then we've got the head. Okay, so you've got the basic sort of spine and leg set up right now. We'll do the arms later on. What we need to do is select that top joint. If you select a joint, all of the joints below that are connected via bones will be selected. So you can move one and the rest will move. It works in a hierarchy, so yeah, if you move the highest one, the ones below that will move too. And what we'll do now, we will mirror that across. So you can head up to skeleton and then mirror joint, head over to the options, and just like our mirror geometry tool, you need to figure out which way it needs to go. Now if your character is facing my way, YZ will work fine, and you can replace, I'll just reset it, YZ works, I know that, and search for LFT, which I name my bones as, and replace that with, I don't know, RHT for right, mirror it, and then all my bones are nicely renamed with the right in front of them, so you have to really name them once, which is really, really good. The next thing I'm going to do is actually join or parent those leg bones to the pelvis. So what we'll do is, if you select one of the hip joints, hold down the middle mouse button and drag it over onto pelvis, it will be parented. So you can parent things via using the middle mouse button. So hold and drag, same thing, parent the right hip to the pelvis as well. So when I move the pelvis bone, they all move, which is really cool. So that's what I'm after right now. Have a go at doing that, and I'll make a separate tutorial for the arms because they're a little bit more detailed.